You know that feeling when you spend hours on your phone without realizing it, but then you open an important work file and 30 seconds later you're already thinking about coffee, the fridge, or anything else? You even criticize yourself. How can I get stuck on social media but can't focus for half an hour on a task that could change my future? Calm down. This isn't a sign of weakness or lack of willpower. This is your brain playing on another team. Imagine it like this. Inside your head, there's an invisible character who loves everything that's easy, fast, and pleasurable. And without you realizing it, this character has been trained for years to love distractions and hate anything that requires effort. That's why that boring spreadsheet, the study that will unlock your career, or the difficult conversation that could save your relationship feel like a punishment, while an infinite scroll feels like well-deserved rest. But there's an important detail. If you keep playing this game the way your brain wants, it's controlling you, and not the other way around. The good news? This game has rules. Now that we've seen how the brain can sabotage our daily lives, let's go straight to what drives it all: dopamine. Don't worry, I won't get into complicated scientific terms. It's like I'm telling you this over coffee, friend to friend. Think of dopamine as that spark of excitement that makes you want something even before you have it. It's not the pleasure of achieving, but the desire that propels you forward. It's what lights up when you see a notification on your phone, or imagine the taste of a quick snack after a busy day. The problem is that in our fast-paced world of executives and entrepreneurs, this spark has been hijacked by easy things. A funny video that disappears in seconds, an instant message reply, or even a quick email check that turns into an hour lost. Why? Because these distractions give a quick dopamine spike, like a rocket that takes off and explodes right after. But important tasks, like planning business growth or making time to play with your child without distractions, they build slowly, like a campfire that warms for hours but needs patience to ignite. And that's where the brain's trick comes in. It learns to prioritize the quick because that's what gives that immediate feeling of relief. The result? You end the day exhausted, feeling like you haven't made progress on what really matters and still carrying that guilt for not having been present at home. But look, this isn't a flaw in you. It's just the brain trying to protect itself from the stress of urban life, with tight deadlines and responsibilities weighing on your shoulders. Now that we understand how dopamine works as a motor of desire, let's talk about what happens when that motor gets addicted to speed. It's as if your brain, after years of running at high RPMs with constant distractions, loses interest in anything that doesn't give an immediate boom. Think about it. You're in the middle of an important meeting, planning the next career step that could bring more financial stability, but suddenly a notification flashes, and just like that, your focus is gone. Why? Because the brain got used to these quick peaks, and now tasks that build slowly, like organizing ideas or resolving household chores, seem boring, uninteresting, almost a waste of time. This is dopamine tolerance in action. The brain reduces its sensitivity to these impulses, demanding more and more strong stimuli just to feel normal. The result? You feel stuck, without energy for what truly moves your life forward. And at the end of the day, guilt hits for not having given your best to relationships or personal growth. But look, this isn't irreversible. It's just a habit the brain learned, and habits can be changed gently. The solution is a soft reset, like taking a break from intense stimuli, so the brain can once again value simple and essential things. Imagine it this way. If you spend all day eating processed sweets, a fresh fruit will seem tasteless. But if you pause the sweets for a while, suddenly that fruit becomes delicious, invigorating. It's the same with dopamine. Cut out quick peak habits for a period, and tasks like focusing on the project that drives your company or enjoying a quiet moment with family without a phone in hand will once again give that good feeling of real progress.
There are practical ways to do this without radical changes that disrupt your routine. One is a total reset for a day. Turn off notifications, avoid social media and screens, and let boredom appear. That's when the brain starts to rediscover pleasure in calm activities, like a mind-clearing walk or a deep conversation that strengthens bonds.
After resetting the brain to value what truly builds, the next step is to create a simple system that keeps everything running without forced effort. It's like teaching desire to flow towards what moves you forward instead of pulling you towards the easy side. The main trick: work first, pleasure later. If you start the day giving in to a quick distraction like checking messages in bed, the rest disappears, motivation evaporates, and the day becomes a constant struggle. But reverse that. Focus first on the task that drives your career or balances your family, and then comes the reward that recharges without guilt. For example, set aside a block to plan actions that bring more stability at work, and only then allow yourself a light moment, like a break to connect with loved ones. This isn't rigidity, it's emotional intelligence, creating a cycle where progress fuels real pleasure, the kind that nurtures relationships and strengthens your inner self without wasting precious time.
The secret to making this work is to be specific and gentle with yourself. After making progress on something essential, like a conversation that resolves household issues, give yourself a reward that aligns with what makes you feel good. A walk that clears your mind, or dedicated time just to listen and be present with your family.
This way, the brain learns that effort leads to true connections, not fleeting voids. And the best part? This system protects what matters, preventing the stress of the day from invading your home. You gain sustainable productivity at work without sacrificing the balance that keeps everything harmonious, promoting an evolution that comes from within, ethical and profound. Over time, this becomes automatic. Desire aligns with actions that build a full life, where professional success goes hand in hand with strong bonds and inner peace. No rush, no pressure, just natural flow.
With the brain now more aligned and the reward system in place, it's time to add some smart tricks to make daily life even lighter. These are shortcuts that trick the brain in a good way, making tasks that once seemed like a burden start to have a different, more interesting flavor. First trick: gamification. If the brain loves a game, why not turn work into one? Think of your tasks as levels to be beaten. Create a checklist, and with each item completed, feel the small victory, as if you've earned points. This releases a gentle dose of motivation, transforming effort into a fun challenge that propels you to grow without losing your lightness. Second trick: start small. The idea of climbing a mountain is daunting, right? But taking a first step, no matter how small, is easy. So instead of thinking, write the entire report, tell yourself, I'm just going to work on this for 2 minutes. Often, just by starting, momentum builds, and you end up going much further than you imagined. It's a gentle way to overcome initial resistance, paving the way for sustainable productivity. Third trick: instant and healthy rewards. The brain loves quick gratification, so after a small achievement, give it a mini reward. Finish the part of the project, take a quick break for a stretch, or listen to music that energizes you. These small victories keep the flame alive, reinforcing that effort leads to moments of well-being without needing distractions that steal your time and focus. Fourth trick: the power of the group. Alone, we tend to procrastinate, but in a group, accountability changes everything. If you have an important project, find a colleague or a study group to share your progress. The simple idea of not wanting to fall behind or wanting to contribute to the team does wonders for motivation. It's an ethical way to use human connection to drive growth, both individual and collective. And the fifth trick, and perhaps the most powerful: change your identity. How you see yourself shapes your actions. If you think, I'm lazy, your brain acts accordingly. But if you start saying, I am a disciplined person, I am someone who seeks evolution, or I am a professional who values balance, your attitudes begin to follow this new belief. It's an invitation to intrinsic spiritual evolution, where behavior aligns with the person you want to become, strengthening your ethics and purpose.
These tricks aren't magic, but powerful tools for you to take control of your daily life, transforming what was once heavy into something lighter and more productive. We've reached a crucial point. After understanding how the brain works, how to reset tolerance, and use smart tricks, the big insight is to realize that dopamine is not the villain of the story. On the contrary, it's the force that drives us to build, to create, to seek the new. It's the spark that ignites the will to grow, to learn, to evolve. The point is not to eliminate dopamine, but to direct that desire towards the things that truly matter in your life. Think with me. Do you want this energy to lead you into an endless cycle of distractions, endless scrolling, empty pleasures that leave a feeling of guilt? Or do you want it to propel you towards real growth, towards learning that expands your mind, towards progress that brings you closer to your professional and personal goals? The choice is yours, and it's reflected in every small decision of the day. It's choosing to dedicate time to the project that will bring more stability and purpose, instead of getting lost in tasks that only consume energy. It's opting for a meaningful conversation with family, strengthening the relationships that are your safe harbor, instead of isolating yourself behind screens. When you direct dopamine towards these paths, towards sustainable productivity and intrinsic spiritual evolution, difficult tasks cease to be a burden. They transform into steps, into challenges that propel you, because you know that every effort is aligned with your deepest values. I hope you're feeling all this transformative energy. We've seen that you don't need to be a disciplined superhero to have a more productive and balanced life. The key is to understand and reprogram your own brain. You've learned that dopamine is a powerful motor, and that with a gentle reset and some smart tricks, it's possible to direct this force towards what truly matters: your professional growth, your personal evolution, and the preservation of relationships that give meaning to life. It's not about forcing yourself to like difficult things, but about tricking your brain into accepting and even starting to appreciate the path of progress. It's an ethical and sustainable way to build the life you desire, with more focus, less guilt, and a deep sense of purpose. So, the next time that important task seems like a wall or distraction tries to pull you to the easy side, remember the tools you now have. You have the power to choose which carrots to pursue and to make your brain work for you, not against you. Transformation begins with a small step, a small choice. How about starting today applying one of the tricks we've seen? It could be gamifying a boring task or deciding to start small on something you've been procrastinating. If this video helped you see a new path, leave a like so this message can reach more people who are also seeking a life with more productivity and balance. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next content that will continue to help you on this journey of evolution.
Oh, tell me in the comments, which trick will you apply first? Your experience can inspire many people. Together, let's build a community of people who choose growth, ethics, and true connection for evolution.